This is CBS 4 News This Morning.
Good morning. It's 4:30 Tuesday, October 12th. I'm Marybel Rodriguez.
And I'm Jessica Vallejo. Thanks for joining us. Here are some of the stories making headlines this morning.
Miami's police chief now out of a job this morning. The city manager's reason for suspending Chief Art Acevedo and how Acevedo is responding this morning.
Also this morning, from the interim to permanent, could Broward Schools have its new superintendent in just a matter of hours?
Plus, concern in Lauderhill. Some are wondering why it took so long for help to arrive following a store shooting.
Now let's get to your first forecast. Meteorologist Lisette Gonzalez joins us live in the studio. Lisette. Breaking overnight, a deadly shooting under investigation in Wynwood. Live pictures of the scene at Northwest 2nd Avenue and 22nd Street. Police have the neighborhood blocked off right now as they investigate. Police tell us they responded to a shot spotter call at around 2 this morning. That's where they found a man with gunshot wounds. He was pronounced dead on scene. We'll bring you more throughout this morning.
And we begin with a developing story as well. The city of Miami parting ways with Police Chief Art Acevedo 6 months after he was fired. This morning, he's suspended with plans to terminate his employment. The decision from city manager comes amid controversy, a lack of confidence from his officers and commissioners unhappy with his actions.
Now, the city manager says it's time to move on. CBS Joel Waldman has more. Joel.
Miami City Manager Art Noriega announcing in a statement Monday evening he's suspending embattled Police Chief Art Acevedo with the intent to terminate his employment consistent with the city charter. He went on to say the relationship between the chief and the organization has become untenable and needed to be resolved promptly. Chief Acevedo already...
And here's more on the new interim chief. Manny Morales oversees the Field Operations Division, the largest in the police department. They're responsible for day-to-day police services, including police response calls and crime prevention. According to the assistant chief's Twitter, he's a U.S. Army veteran and alumnus of the Naval Port Graduate School.
Happening today, Broward County School Board will discuss whether they should appoint their interim superintendent as the new superintendent.
Dr. Vicki Cartwright said she would apply for the permanent job as part of her agreement for this job. CBS 4 Joan Murray explains more.
How are you? It's been the norm since day one of school. All Broward students have to wear a mask because of COVID concerns.
We got used to it, so now we're everyone's used to masks and all the stairway directions and stuff.
It also put Broward's interim superintendent Dr. Vicki Cartwright at odds with the Florida Department of Education.
And also happening today, we could learn more about Gabby Petito's death. The coroner in Teton County, Wyoming, is expected to announce the results of her autopsy during the news conference this afternoon. Petito's remains were recovered September 19th in Wyoming, near where she was last seen with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, that month before. Laundrie has not been seen since leaving the Northport home since September 13th. This morning, a shooting at a Metro T-Mobile has sparked a lot of questions about police response time. Surveillance images show what police say are the moments Rachel Bussetti pulled out a gun and began shooting her former manager. In his sworn statement to police, that manager said starting at about 1 p.m., Bussetti entered the business several times over the next several hours, and he believed that she was in possession of a handgun. That statement went on to say he called the 911 several times for assistance, but no one arrived. Lauderhill police say the situation is not that cut and dry.
At no time was there any mention of any threats or that there was any weapons involved or anything like that.
And officials say to ensure your 911 call is answered in a timely fashion, you must provide the dispatcher with necessary details about your emergency. If not, the risk of wrong priority, it will be assigned.
Time now 5:03, and treating COVID from home. Up next, the FDA could soon approve the first pill capable of doing just that.
Plus, some South Florida business may soon have to pay up. Up next, the state's plan to punish so-called passport violations. Stay with us. CBS 4 This Morning. We'll be right back.